What if the Tower of Babel was more than just a biblical story?
All right, let's see it.
The Tower of Babel is said to have been a massive tower built by the ancient Babylonians in an attempt to reach the heavens.
Well, the main goal was to create a name for themselves, or a reputation, and in that way they would achieve immortality in a sense, in that that reputation would live on.
But could there be any truth to this tale?
No, but when this story was written, likely in the middle of the 7th century BCE, there was a famous Babylonian ziggurat called Etemenanki that they were in the process of trying to rebuild. It had been destroyed in around 689 BCE by Sennacherib, and it took almost 90 years for them to reconstruct it. It kept being destroyed and reconstructed and destroyed and reconstructed. So it sat unfinished for almost a century, and that century is probably the period in which this etiology for the different languages of the different nations of the earth was developed, and it's in a sense kind of thumbing their nose at the Babylonians' inability to finish this tower.
The story of the Tower of Babel can be found in the book of Genesis in the Bible. According to the text, the people of Babylon began to build a tower that would reach the heavens. However, God was displeased with their efforts and caused the people to speak different languages, making it impossible for them to communicate and complete the tower.
So I think this divine displeasure raises an interesting point about the three main narrative arcs of the primeval history of Genesis 1 through 11. We have Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, we have Noah and the flood, and we have the Tower of Babel, and they're connected by genealogies. But in each of them, we have humanity in some way breaching the boundaries that separate deity from humanity. In the Garden of Eden, they eat the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and as the serpent promised Eve in Genesis 3:5, God recognizes in Genesis 3:22 that they have become like one of us, like the gods. And so to prevent them from achieving the other main prototypical feature of deity, immortality, God kicks them out of the Garden of Eden so they can't eat the fruit of the tree of life. With Noah and the flood, this starts off in Genesis 6 with the sons of God having children with the daughters of humanity and creating a basically semi-divine group of people. And so this displeases God, and this is set up as the main reason for sending the deluge to kill all of these folks. And then at the Tower of Babel, this tower that's going to reach into the heavens, make a name for them, that in some sense will help them achieve a degree of immortality, in that their name, their reputation will live on. But God also says that if they are able to do that, nothing will be beyond their grasp. In other words, they will be able to do anything they set their mind to. They will have all power, which is another feature of deity. So in a sense, the three main narrative arcs of the primeval history reflect one of these classical themes of humanity trying to achieve immortality, trying to overcome the frailties of the human existence. But God is there the whole time saying, no, you're not allowed to do that, and slapping them back down.
While the biblical account may be seen as a myth or allegory, some researchers believe that the Tower of Babel may have been a real structure. One theory suggests that the Tower of Babel may have been a ziggurat that was either never completed or was destroyed over time.
So this video doesn't do a great job of explaining the theory, but in short, the idea is that the story of the Tower of Babel was primarily composed in the 7th century BCE and is using this unfinished Tower of Etemenanki as inspiration for this story.